Expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdote. By the time you win the game, I'm still waiting to see that number as empirical. Normally we're talking about a quarterback duel where they're matching each other pass for pass. How about the footwork in this with both of these guys running the ball well?
Yeah, they've mixed. In the run game, you're exactly right. Now, both coaches might not like how much their quarterbacks have taken. Well, throw on first down with Wilson. Dancing to his left. He's going to take off with it. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
I like his thought process and his ability to move and get downfield. But what I didn't like was the final decision, to go out of bounds. They want to keep the clock moving. Instead, they give the defense an extra timeout.
This throw complete. Wilson finding Lockett. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 yards there, first down. Now Wilson on first down. Flush to his right. It's caught, Lockett. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson buying time to his left. Open man is Ursua. And they'll bring him down at the 18. It's 3rd down. Throwing again here. Wilson. He finds Ursua. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. Now it's Wilson.
They didn't get the...
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Sheldon Rankins abruptly ends that play with a sack. And I am not sure, partner, there what the mindset was to go for it. I don't know.
And some teams just feel that possession is the key to everything. They just want to have the football in their hands. No matter how it goes to the other team, they just don't trust doing that. So they say, listen, go for it and try and finish it ourselves.
On first down, it's Hill. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. K.J. Wright picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Another try after the first down sack. Hill. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
Hey, lock it. Ready?
3rd and long. It's Hill. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And at the end of it, he's stripped. Ball comes loose. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And some room to maneuver. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
Brandon, I want to... violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before.
It's a two-possession game. It is a two-possession game at this stage in the fourth. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down. On second down, it's Carson. He'll get 3 up to midfield. The Seahawks on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. Now it's Wilson, eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. On 2nd and goal, here's an option play left. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Forced out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation. Throwing is Wilson.
He certainly had plenty of success running the ball, and right now I'm getting the sense that he's looking to take off and run every time he steps back to throw it.
But they did a nice job there collapsing on him and holding him to a short gain. Well, that's the 4th time that they've tried to go for it on 4th down. They've only converted once, Charles.
And obviously not a good percentage. And if you're going to go for it on 4th down, you think that you've got the right play dialed up, you can't be stopped, your momentum's going to keep going. But 1 for 4, that tells you that you need to look at things in a different way, and you need to tip your cap.
Under pressure, and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety. So that a double whammy. Not only do you have to give away the football, but the 2 points mean this is now a 2-score game.
And 2 doesn't seem like much, does it? But it means everything in this situation because now they're going to have to look back, and ultimately that might be the play that ends up deciding this game.
So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20. This is taken around the 12.
That's it, baby. We got one.
The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plan to catch.
He lets it fly for Lockett, and that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Oh, Wilson going to throw. He's got his man. That's Josh Gordon. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Wilson now 15 out of 17 through the air. Only 2 incompletions. It's 1st down. Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again. Wilson is going to fire one deep over the middle. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or 2 shy of midfield. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. So the victory here for Seattle, and they were spurred on by it.
Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number.
Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the sad era. Yeah, flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this is jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad pesto. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see Modesto. Hit your throw and I'ma catch those. Mexican, don't make pesos. Hit your sauce, I'll replace those. Number save, no name though. We need more, tell them we need more. Put numbers on the board, let them keep a score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist.
I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see the 15-year veteran Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers as they square off with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. With that, let's get up to Seattle.
Coach, we are just about set for football at CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. A few moments ago, they raised the 12th man banner, and this place, as usual, rocking. Rolling. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Green Bay Packers and the Seattle Seahawks. The veteran kicker Mason Crosby set to do the honors here. And off we go from Seattle. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And it's hauled in by Ed Dixon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They get 17 on that one, move the chains, first down Seahawks.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that'll open things up for them on the outside as well.
That's where he, their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the end routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
7 yards there and a first down. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Here's a quick hitch route and the throw complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Here's Wilson. It's complete to Lockett. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Here's Wilson. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. Being chased out left. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the Packers pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football.
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about any more.
So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Michael Kendricks. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Michael Kendricks able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
On play action, Rodgers. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Brad McDougal. On 4th down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, 4th down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Preston Smith comes in for the sack. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Steps away to his left. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. 3rd and long. It's Wilson. Flushed out right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Dean Lowry in there for the sack on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
They'll indeed go for him with Wilson. Looking deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late-game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But, boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. A good convergence there defensively. Only a yard, and it's 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers. Rush coming, and he's taken down. K.J. Wright picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. Just what Seattle was hoping for. The coverage holds, and now 4th down.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. Accelerating, and off he goes. Past the 20. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
It's probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now Aaron Rodgers and the offense heading back onto the field. Interesting stat line right now. Technically, he's completed 4 passes, 2 to his team and then 2 to the wrong team.
It makes you wonder what he's seeing downfield because he has completed 2 passes to his own team, but the interceptions are troubling. Is he going through the wrong reads, the wrong progressions? Is he getting fooled by defenses? They've got to figure that out over on the sidelines, working on that Surface Pro to see what they see.
A run there on first down going nowhere as he stopped right at the 25. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Throwing is Rodgers on third down. Dancing to his left. He may try and run. Now look out. Rodgers lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
All right, let's be frank. You hate the fumble at the end of the play, but prior to that, I liked a lot of what was going on. Tucks it down, takes off, picks up good yardage. But in that portion of the field, that close to the sideline,
step out.
Yeah, either get down or get out of bounds. Take care of the ball.
Yeah, he had the yards, but then the mistake. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Buying time to his left. He's going to take off with it. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. Opted to run for it. The decision, a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
All day, every day, any day.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
It's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. On second and goal. Wilson to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Metcalf once again the target, but now it's third and goal.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space.
And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Dean Lowry able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
They had it first and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Number 12 back out there. Aaron and his Packer teammates set to begin their drive. He and his team, they have had a rough go of it here in this first half. Maybe time for him to put his foot down here in the second quarter.
Put his foot down and become a little more accurate throwing the football. He's already thrown 2 interceptions. He's trying to find a way to eat.
And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it.
On a pickup of 13. This is Carson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, second down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half, 10-0 our score. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Forced out to his left. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for third down. Now Wilson. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Wilson.
And a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense. Defensively by now, you know his ability. You know he has it in him to take off and run.
Yeah, because they knew coming into this game, but we've already seen examples in this contest that he can run the football.
I think they're going to examine different ways to rush him now. Are they going to do it with different lanes? Are they going to use a spy? But they have to come up with options because right now, he's hurting them.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Packers getting ready to set up shop for their next drive. And they got a bounce-back win in Week 10 because, remember, they lost to the Chargers Week 9, but now with the victory in Week 10, that puts them at 8-2.
And we got to witness our first snow game of the year at Lambeau.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Sacked there by Jadeveon Clowney. They come up on second and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And that'll make it third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. The first carry now for the BYU man. It's Jamal Williams. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a fourth down. Here we go on fourth down with Rodgers. He's going to wind up and air it out. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. And predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Being chased out left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. They come up on second and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
Let's go, B. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
Wilson, after the play fake to Carson. He lets it fly for Lockett. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will.
And Rodgers is going to go down. In the end zone, it's a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. So we reach halftime in what's been a... And just like that, on we head to half number 2. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one taken from the 7. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
Let's go!
Aaron Rodgers, he's getting ready to go again here on offense. And that first half was nothing short of a disaster. 0 points on the scoreboard and a big 3 in the INT column.
So they've got to get him going, obviously, right? So you've got to get him in rhythm. And we always think of short passes. I think of jet sweeps where they just kind of toss the ball forward. You know, it counts as a forward pass. And then you can say to him, look at that. You completed 3, 4, 5 in a row. Now you got to get your confidence going.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Now Jones. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Rodgers. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They do go for it. It's Rodgers. He's got Adams on the hookup. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams, 67 yards. And the Packers get a score closer. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
And they decide fairly early here they need the ball back, so here's an onside kick. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. I know they're down, but starting the 3rd quarter there with the onside kick, what'd you think?
Well, I think that they're looking at it as we may not have as many possessions in this game as we want. There may be that sense and that feel that they've got to go ahead and make something happen, steal a possession, try and steal some points, and get themselves right back in a position to try and win the game.
Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the 3rd. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson, and that's complete to Luke Wilson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain there of 21 yards.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Russell Wilson, his second touchdown of the afternoon. Now it's Wilson. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. And he'll get into the end zone as the two-point conversion is successful. This one's going to be covered up by the Packers hands team. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Trey Flowers picks it. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. Not only another first down, that also puts him over 100 yards rushing.
That's not something you see very often in the NFL. We see it more in college, but I think with more of the melding of the college game with quarterbacks, we'll see this a little bit more often in the future.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. That one goes for 24 yards. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now it's Carson. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Play action. It's Wilson. Sliding out of the pocket. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack. Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. And he's going to go down again. Preston Smith picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And the pressure gets to him again. Preston Smith. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down of this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
Watch the out. Watch the out.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And he floated one out there incomplete. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Rodgers throwing again. It's caught here by Adams. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. Rodgers now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Here's Jones. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. On 2nd down and 4, Rodgers. The veteran tight end Mercedes Lewis, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and 4. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. This is Jones. Gets through and now an opening. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A 23-yard run. And the Packers make some inroads here on that deficit. So they went to the ground game on 3rd, hoping to pick up the first. They also picked up a touchdown.
Offensive linemen so used in this situation to having a pass block. All right, you're looking at what it is, 3rd down. They don't care that it's 3rd and whatever. They figure they're going to throw the ball. And when you call running play, I think you energize them. I think you juice them up because I haven't met offensive linemen yet that likes to pass block more than they like to run block. And they opened up some nice holes there for him, and he took it to the house.
Big mistake here by the kicker, kicking it out of bounds.
The one that drives coaches crazy. Keep it in the field of play and let your guys cover.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4th, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold
But he
up.
trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the Wild Bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. They go play action with Wilson. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Blake Martinez, the linebacker, was there in coverage to disrupt. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got this down to the 35. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Let's go.
Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They run again with Carson. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. 2nd down and goal. Wilson on the move to his left. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal. They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. And that'll be caught by the tight end. It's Ed Dixon with a Seahawk touchdown. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. Here the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. They had the lead in the fourth, but still passing. Finding the big target for the touchdown. Now that lead grows even more.
Everybody gets to join in the fun. You know, it doesn't have to just be the wide receivers catching touchdown passes. The tight end doesn't just have to do just the dirty work inside. He gets a chance to get into the end zone as well.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a two-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Rodgers going to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Rodgers gives this to Jamal Williams. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. The Packers on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 6. Again, it's Williams. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. And taking it across midfield and inside for the green and gold. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center. You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off? Not yet. Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times. They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage. I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain. To throw is Rodgers. Flush to his right. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Michael Kendricks getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there. Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Jadeveon Clowney able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. I remember throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball. These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed.
Hey, take 26. Smooth. Over,
Throwing on 3rd and long. Rodgers. Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers get a score closer.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like,
yeah,
you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.